Balancing Equations, Part 3, Single Replacement Reactions. In a single replacement reaction, the element on the left side, the reactant side of the equation, must be more active than the corresponding element in the compound. A more active metal will replace a less active metal in the compound, and a more active nonmetal will replace a less active nonmetal in the compound. Hint: when balancing single replacement reactions, balance the atoms in this order: metals, nonmetals, polyatomic ions, hydrogen next to last, and oxygen last. We're looking at an element plus a compound yields an element plus a compound. In a single replacement reaction, the more active element replaces the element in the compound. For example, calcium is more active than aluminum. Calcium metal will replace aluminum in a compound. Example 1. Use the balancing equations flowchart to determine the type of chemical reaction and to balance the following equation. We have an element plus a compound yields an element plus a compound. Magnesium is more active than silver. Magnesium replaces silver in the compound, and silver metal is produced. The first thing that you do is you write down what you know. You have 1 magnesium, 1 silver. Notice the nitrate group stays together, so for ease and balancing, we'll keep it together. 1 nitrate group on the left. On the right side, you have 1 magnesium, 1 silver, and 2 nitrate groups. The magnesium is balanced, the silver is balanced. We need to balance the nitrate, so we multiply the silver nitrate by 2. That means that we now have 2 silvers and 2 nitrates. So now we have to multiply the silver on the right side of the equation by 2. We have 1 magnesium and 1 magnesium, 2 silvers, 2 silvers, 2 nitrates, 2 nitrates. The equation is balanced. The correct answer is magnesium plus 2 molecules of silver nitrate yields magnesium nitrate plus 2 atoms of silver. Example 2. Use the balancing equations flowchart to determine the type of chemical reaction and to balance the following equation. We have an element plus a compound yields an element plus a compound. Aluminum is more active than tin. It replaces tin in the compound, and metallic tin is produced. Task 1 is to write down what you know. 1 aluminum, 1 tin. The sulfate group stays together, so 1 sulfate group on the left. On the product side, 2 aluminums, 1 tin, and 3 sulfates. Balance the metal first. We have 1 aluminum on the left, 2 on the right. We will multiply the left by 2, which will balance our aluminum. The next thing we need to do is to balance the sulfates. We have 1 sulfate on the left and 3 on the right. We will place a 3 in front of the tin-2 sulfate to balance the sulfate ion. That will also give us 3 tin. So we need to put a 3 in front of the tin atom on the right side of the equation. Now the equation is balanced. There are 2 aluminum atoms on both sides, 3 tin atoms on both sides, and 3 sulfates on both sides. The final correct answer is 2 aluminum atoms plus 3 molecules of tin-2 sulfate will produce aluminum sulfate plus 3 atoms of tin.